Hi there, and welcome to this short video clip on supporting studies in GCSE Design and Technology. As you can see on the screen, there is a PDF document which I will be providing to all students in the lessons, and also will be mentioning this at Parents' Evening on Tuesday. So what every student currently has access to is as follows. Everyone has a revision guide, and that should be at home, and copies are also available in school. The revision guide also comes with an ebook, which all students should have downloaded using the code on their own personal copy of the revision guide. This can be put on any device, iPad, tablet or phone. All students should have access to Teams, and this should be at home or in school and via any personal devices that has Teams downloaded. There are two main channels on Teams, which I'll be going through shortly. One dedicated to the written exam and another one designated to the NEA. The students also have access to NEA resources in the classroom with displays and past student folders and a variety of other resources that they can access at any time. All the students have their blue learning log, which is also kept at home and was used throughout lockdown last year, and this contains, or should contain, their own revision notes taken from the weekly topic tasks. In school they have a purple evidence folder, and inside that folder is a back catalogue of all the work that they've produced since the start of Year 9, including their green sketchbooks. The students also have access to a sample exam paper and mark scheme, their Year 10 exam paper that they completed before the summer, and a copy of the mark scheme. And all students also have a Year 10 exam question level analysis form, which they all took photographs of on their mobile phones last week. This gives them an indication of the areas that they did well in, areas they need to revisit, and also areas that they didn't do so well in, or if they didn't answer the question. And it uses a simple RAG rating system. There is also a copy of the Year 11 mock exam revision list, which was handed out to the students again last week to help and support them with their ongoing planning and revision. Each student has their own hard copy of this, and a copy is available in digital format on Teams. And the final things to note are the lunchtime surgeries, week A, Tuesday and Friday lunchtime, and week B, Monday lunchtime, when the students are welcome to come to T4 and make use of the facilities or ask any questions if they have any. So that's the PDF document that you will be seeing very, very shortly. As far as Teams is concerned, when the students go into their Teams, obviously there are a variety of posts that will appear and continually appear. I use Teams a lot to communicate with the students, and if the students need to communicate with me directly, they can send me a direct message. We can see the channels on the left hand side. We've got a general channel for just general notes and any resources that I think the students will benefit from. And then we've got the two main channels. So we've got NEA support and written paper support. If we click on NEA support, you'll see that again, there's individual notices to do with the NEA. But more importantly, if we go to files at the top, we can see that there's a wealth of support material available to the students whilst they're doing their NEA. Each section of the NEA, A, B, C, D, E and F, has its own folder, and inside each one of those folders are the associated resources that they can access, download and use in support of their NEA. There is also some NEA exemplars which we have got from the exam board, and there are also some examples from past students where I have gone through each folder in detail and produced a running commentary on an audio. If the students don't want to listen to me, because they might have been sick of hearing me in lessons, then they can have a look at the same folders without my commentary. So there's both. You can see there's other information at the bottom of the screen that they can access, and further resources will be added as they work through the NEA. If we go back over to the channels on the left hand side and we click on written paper support and again go to files, you'll see that again there's a lot of supporting resources. 4 main things on here to take note of, which students also have copies of. Number 1 is the subject-specific vocabulary that all the students need to know. And secondly, the command words specific to this course. And the bottom 2 files the students have seen before. That is a copy of the weekly topics, of which there are 37, and 27 of those should have been completed up to just before the summer holidays. We can also see that there are folders, one for the summer exam last year, one for the November mock that's coming up very soon, and also there's a folder for the spring mock exam that will take place around March time. If we click in the November mock preparation folder, you can see that there is a copy of the revision list that I mentioned earlier. There's some really useful folders in here to support the students with their revision. We've got one on designers and companies. And the folders are really easy and the resources are really easy to understand, and most of them are in poster format. So you can see there's lots of images, very little text by way of a visual reminder. We've also got the exam paper archive. It's named as cohort 4 because the current students that are with me are the 4th cohort to study the new GCSE, and you can see in there that there's a copy of the exam that they did before the summer with the mark scheme and with the original revision list. Once they've completed the November mock, that will appear in this folder as well. We can see there's a folder on manufacturing methods, and again it's in poster format, and a copy of these are also available in the classroom. So you can see there's some really good visual resources to help with their revision. If we go into material knowledge, as with the others, poster format, again available in the classroom as part of a display, but they can also download them digitally and look at them on screen. Lots of really useful information, and lots of information that we want the students to access. This information has been on Teams since before the summer, but obviously we are adding information as we go, and we will use the general posts to remind the students and signpost them to where things are. So you can see up here where it says November mock revision list, there's a reminder to the students, a copy of the actual document that was handed out to them in class, and I often also put links on there as well if they're having trouble finding things in the channels, particularly if they're trying to access Teams on a mobile phone. Hopefully that video has been useful. If you have any questions or queries, then please don't hesitate to get in contact with me either via email or via Teams.